On.
Meta, or Facebook as I think of them, have finally, after quite a while, released a new version of the Quest called the Meta Quest Pro, which is a virtual reality headset aimed at corporate users. It's priced at $1,500, and they're taking pre-orders now. I think shipping should start sometime this month or early next month. I have quite a lot of thoughts about this because I'm a big fan of the Oculus Quest 2, which is what I got back in the day before they got bought by Facebook/Meta. I'm going to have a little chat about it on today's not so critical update.
Are we going to have a chat, or you're just going to keep talking?
I may just be ranting the entire time. Yeah. Oh, well. See, now I was quite excited about this version of the Quest because I was very much looking forward to the Quest itself was such a leap forward in hardware. It was affordable. It has zero latency. It's just an incredible thing. It was a real piece of magic as far as I'm concerned. I was really hoping that the Quest Pro would be another sort of quantum leap forward. It would be like, I don't know. The biggest limitation of the Quest is that it basically has the power of a shitty mobile phone. That's the sort of equivalent CPU horsepower behind it. So you can only play games which are quite innovative, like Beat Saber or whatever, like sort of virtual Tetris type games, basically. And I was hoping that the Quest Pro would be able to pack enough punch that actual decent FPS games and that kind of thing would be playable without a cord, for a decent amount of time. And basically, that's not the case. It's a minor upgrade. To me, it signals the death of the Quest. Basically,
really,
yeah, it
How
does.
So?
I think Meta bought Quest. I think when they were Oculus Studios, they had a lot of potential. They did some amazing things and came up with this incredible device. Now Meta have bought them, and they just hey, make a corporate version that's got a slightly bigger resolution. It's not even on the. I am ranting a lot here. I apologize, but whatever. Fuck it. On the
It's your show, Peter.
On the marketing stuff, it had all this 4 times the resolution, which is bullshit. They've got buzzwords. I know, fucking marketers. Every single one of them, without exception, assholes. Yeah, and they're doing all these tie-ins with Microsoft to bring fucking XL to the virtual reality, and it doesn't make any sense to me at all. There's so many. Why would you want to wear a headset all day? It doesn't. The battery only lasts for a couple of hours, so you have to be plugged in if you want it to be any kind of use. And Microsoft Teams in virtual reality, it's horrible enough already. Why would you want to put a thing on your head so that you can do it? It's just So, yeah.
I think that, to be honest, the XR, so mixed reality war, I think is already being won by companies like Nreal that are coming out with low profile augmented reality glasses. By low profile, I mean not much bigger than the glasses Mike and Peter are wearing now, versus these gigantic headsets that are heavy. They press on your nose, they make you sweat, and it's just not comfortable at all.
Is it? Yeah, I'm interested about one thing about the Quest, which is that it doesn't have a top strap. If you've ever used one, the strap is very important because it stops the whole thing slipping down. But
falling.
That's just such a minor aspect about this. It's an incremental improvement for more than 3 times the price. It's squarely aimed at the corporate market, and it's not even aimed at corporate. It's to solve a problem that corporate people are having. It's a solution in search of a problem. They're going to sell it to CEOs and HR executives, and companies will force their employees to use it for a while, and then it will just disappear because it's pointless.
It's just not, we're not there. And I think that's the biggest problem, is that Mark is rushing to try to get this onto both enterprise and consumer desks. But we're not there. Look at the HoloLens, Microsoft's augmented reality headset. The US military just completed a contract with Microsoft worth billions. They brought these headsets in, and now there's reports that they are failing. They're not as indestructible as Microsoft promised. It was something like, I forget the exact number, but it was one of the insiders in the US military was like, yeah, we would have died like 7 out of the 8 tests that we ran, or something like that. Not great. It's not looking good. And I think it's because we're just not there. We're not there. And it's going to take time. This is just like with smartphones, or I would even dare say this is just like with PC computing, where it's taken us 40 years, 50 years to get to Peter's new super nice MacBook Air. And it's going to take a really long time for mixed reality to be as comfortable and as fluid and as good, if not better, than like PCs.
If it was if you could play like Half-Life, or I don't know what FPS is played these days, but a really good FPS in this kind of in that profile, if you could have graphics that good, then I would consider getting one. The other reason I would not get one, by the way, and I'm not going to order one, is because it's Meta. When it was Oculus, okay. Oculus. Oh, by the way, it includes eye tracking and facial monitoring and stuff like that. So Meta having that information, no thank you. I don't know. They have such a terrible track record. I have no trust for them whatsoever.
Yeah, what are your thoughts, Mike? You've been a bit quiet.
I think you're premature in declaring victory on behalf of Unreal. Yes, it's very cool technology, but they're a much smaller company, and it's just one step along the path. This Meta Quest Pro is not mission accomplished for Facebook. It's just a step along the way. I think I don't know. I don't think we talked about it. I think I shared it in our Discord server, which everybody should join. Links in the description below. Yeah. There's some really interesting videos about the research lab where Meta is focused on this mixed reality stuff. And there's some very cool stuff in the pipeline. And yes, this is just about adoption. This is about getting some market share. It's about getting a foothold in a market that they're not already in. There's nothing nefarious about that. Like, that's how business works. It's a small step forward, but that's doesn't have to be what it's about. There are definitely revolutionary steps ahead.
For the money though, it's so expensive.
Sure.
100%. Yeah. Same with the HoloLens and the what's the other? Fuck, I forget
the Valve Index is the other one, I think.
Well, yeah, the Valve Index is $1,000. These are very expensive pieces of equipment.
Coming out,
you don't get that much.
But as with computers and as with phones, 100%. The prices are going to keep coming down. The technology is going to keep getting better. It's not going to take 40 years, but it might take 4 years. But things are coming out fast.
So I'm waiting for the Apple headset, which is probably going to be similar price. It's probably going to be expensive.
So it's going to be expensive for sure, yeah.
But I think it's going to be really good because they don't...
I think Google and Apple are going to come out with some really good stuff.
Google's going to totally fuck it up, whatever they do.
No, I don't think so. I'll tell you why. Because while Google's track record of... I don't even know what to call it.
Everything except ads and search.
John's a new Google convert now.
No, I'm not a convert. Okay, I just didn't have a choice. There's no better alternatives. But their phones... Great track record. Okay. The operating system, great track record.
I see. It's
they have the tech. Now. No. They have the technology, just like Apple has the technology. I think that we're probably going to see these two players come out with some of the best hardware. Apple and
Google, you're saying?
And then 5 months later, Google will pull it from the market because it's.
They won't pull it. I don't think they're going to pull it. I don't think they're going to pull their glasses. Have they pulled the Pixel? Have they pulled?
I'm pulling my glasses, sir.
I wouldn't count Facebook out yet. I wouldn't count Meta out yet.
Well,
I just think they're so tarnished. Their reputation is so burnt.
That's the other thing about Facebook is I don't think they've done any genuine innovation ever, except for Facebook. Like all the other sort of moneymakers they have are just things that they bought, which are extensions of their ad network.
Even Facebook wasn't his.
Yeah, Facebook was just, it just, I think for it to be successful, it has to be innovative. And I don't think there's any innovation really going on there. I mean, you were saying some stuff on Discord and, it's cool, but I don't think it'll make it into production.
No. Nreal, however, is making innovation, and that shit from what we've seen and secondhand reports from Peter's brother that it is unbelievable.
Shout out to
big shout out.
The only thing I'm scared of, am I doxing him if I say his name? Jesus,
I don't know. Ask him. The only thing I'm scared of is that
is it doxing you if I say your name?
The question is, does he care, right?
No, I don't think
those are your consequences you will have to deal with later when your brother watches.
For somebody who's so concerned about privacy.
He isn't concerned about privacy. It's a farce. He doxes anyone at any chance. Anyway, the one thing I'm concerned about that they will have to solve is the nausea-inducing side effects of all of these headsets, including Nreal. Yeah. All of them. But I just read, Google keeps recommending me these research papers that are coming out by like crazy, never heard of names labs. And one has figured out a new augmented reality technology that does away completely with nausea because it uses true like spatial scanning or some bullshit. So like the object really looks like and feels like it's on top of the table, as an example, and it will not cause you to be nauseous. So that I'm really excited about.
Yeah.
We will see. We'll just have to wait and see.
And we have another. Am I buying what?
Well, a virtual reality headset.
The Nreal is super attractive. That's probably
the causes nausea. That's why I almost pulled the trigger, and it causes nausea.
Because of that,
I'm not going to get it.
I'm also curious about Beat Saber, but I don't think I'm curious enough that I'd buy a Quest just for that.
I tell you what, I'll bring my Quest next time when we meet up, and you can have a go.
All right, sounds good. Let's talk about the metaverse. Tomorrow's episode.